Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Nowhere Video's Visions from Beyond. My name is Todd Hilton.
And I'm Bob Chamberlain.
In this program, we will take you out on ghost hunting investigations. We'll show you the tricks of the trade, and we'll be sharing with you our fantastic footage and photographs. We're standing up here at the Masonic Cemetery, sitting high above St. Helens, Oregon, and borrowing our wonderful background here with us. We've got to thank the folks that are here for letting us share their space.
And I would also like to thank the St. Helens Fire Department, the Sheriff's Department, and Columbia County Funeral Homes for allowing us to be up here.
We've got a great show for you tonight. We have a lot more of our video footage to share with you from different places around the Northwest, actually from Oregon, from Nevada, and a few other places. Contained within tonight's program, we're going to be showing you your first look at an EVP, which is an electronic voice phenomena. In layman's terms, this is the voice of a ghost.
An EVP, to explain it, in case some people don't understand, an EVP is where they talk in a lower spectrum than a human does. They talk anywhere from a 0 to a minus 300 megahertz, where we talk between 3 to 600 megahertz. So usually the only way you can actually pick it up is with a tape recorder, because tape recorders can pick it up a lot better than the human ear does, even though a human ear can hear them.
We want to thank Northwest Paranormal members Susan and Joy for getting this EVP for us. As you listen to this, we're going to play it back several times. This is, again, recorded down at Kinder Cemetery, and they were the only ones present, and you'll hear them talking. You'll hear the two of them talking, and then over the top of them, you'll hear this, let's say, voice from beyond. Take a listen.
Tries to pick up everything, so if you want to talk to us and we can't hear you, you can talk into the microphone. If you want to tell us anything or tell anybody else anything, tell us your name, or if you got a message for somebody else that we can give a message to. And I've got my tape recorder on if you want to say anything into it. Say hello or pass a message on, or whatever you would like to do. These batteries are dying too, so like you have to turn it off after each one. That's why it takes so long for the flash, because the batteries are.
I'd like to talk to you a little about my last trip up to Rhododendron, to a project that I work on up there. You will be seeing some footage up there that Michael Jones of the Cascade Geographic Society and we were up there working, and we decided, well, instead of going home, we would spend the night there. So I decided, well, I'll take all my camera and equipment with me. So I decided to set up my video camera on night shot and take some footage in there. So what you're about to see will be some interesting things that goes on in this old cabin. So here it is. Hope you enjoy it. See that one flash? Two of those flash?
Yeah.
Right over by the stove.
It's like a meteorite falling.
Look at that one.
I mean,
That one's a dust particle. I can see it right there.
look at all that moving.
Most of the ones some of that's dust particles.
Who's been kicking up the dust?
Me when I walked.
So how do you know the difference between...
Dust particles won't be bright like some of these are. Like those.
Oh, those were orbs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would there be so many orbs here?
Passing through.
To where?
Anywhere.
Well, look at, all of a sudden, boom, here they come from one area.
That's what our bedroom looks like, Michael. And then there'll be times when you won't see nothing on there. And it's just like they start coming all over again.
Now, you guys did this last time you were here, right?
No, I didn't set this up last time I was here.
So what were they catching? Just on their regular cameras?
Yeah. See those two?
That's a big one?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, there goes a nice one, nice and slow.
Now look at that one.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever talk?
Do what?
Did these things ever talk while you're filming? I mean,
No, we've only picked them up on tape recorders.
but nothing, sound from here.
I have never picked nothing up on video camera. The only way you're actually going to pick something up on video cameras is total complete silence to where you can kind of hear the other things. But sometimes, kind of like Roars, where it actually the mic picked it up, but nobody else could. What you're actually seeing is orbs up here in the lounge.
There's a bunch.
In our first episode of Visions from Beyond, Mr. Kevin Thornton, the co-creator, co-producer of the show, told you all about a ghost that had basically adopted him. Well, there was one incident where Kevin and I went to the Powell Butte Cemetery where this ghost's body is buried, and it was the ghost of a child. And we had revisited this cemetery, and shortly after that, the ghost, whose name is George disappeared. We didn't see him anymore and couldn't figure out what happened. It all happened in one night. In fact, it was a night that we were doing some taping for the show, and so we had went back to Powell Butte Cemetery in an effort to try to recontact George and find out if he was angry or what had happened. So this is some footage that we shot out at Powell Butte Cemetery trying to recontact George. Check it out.
Huh? Oh, there went one.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go over here and say hi to George.
Hey George, remember us? We're back. Hey, George got some flowers.
Yes, he did.
That's pretty cool.
This is George. George Reeves, son of Mr. and Mrs. Coxon. Oh, there won't. Oh, that's a butterfly. Why not, guys? All we're doing is just taking some video tonight. Wonder if I might be able to get to see you tonight. I'd like to see some more of you besides what we just got when we first come in. Well, that's pretty. There's the gate tender there. George, where you at, buddy? And here we are, we're sitting here in front of George's headstone. This is George's tree, which goes right next to George's body here, right next to his grave. Come on out, George. Where you at, buddy?
Come on, George. I know you know we're here. Come on out, buddy.
Sure, I've missed you, George. Missed having you around the house. Well, I thought maybe you might want to go to Michigan with me, but I guess you didn't. Thought maybe you'd come back here. I haven't got nothing since we first come in.
Huh. No feelings or anything?
Uh-uh.
This place is usually pretty quiet.
Okay, so what do you want, George? You want an apology for leaving? If that's what you want, then I'm sorry. But you know, I got my own two boys that I have to think about too. I hope you can understand that. You know, I liked having you around the house and would have liked to have you gone with me. And you're still more than welcome to come with me. I'm driving truck now, and you're more than welcome to come in the truck with me and take you around the United States and show you everything and show you what the world's become.
Quite a place out there.
Yeah, it gets wild sometimes. Gets a little scary. But it's still kind of fun. Come on out, George. Quit being mad at me. Makes no sense to be mad. There's Todd. Hi. Got one behind you.
Folks probably wonder what the heck we're doing sitting in a cemetery and 9 o'clock at night.
Just came out to say hi.
Yep.
If anybody else wants to come out and say hi, you know, we're pretty nice guys here. We mean no one any harm. We've been here before.
Several times.
For some reason you guys choose not to show yourselves to us, but you know, we're really nice guys.
That's okay. We keep coming back.
And we'll keep coming back too. Okay, well, if you want us to go, then we'll go.
If you want, George, you can come ride with us.
We'd like to have you come with us.
Door's always open. Gave us a lot of great pictures. We really appreciate that. Well, these folks are pretty quiet out here. I think they're really at peace out here.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, folks, we're gonna leave. Appreciate everything. We'll see you next time we come up. Okay?
We'll be back.
Anybody want to come out and say goodbye? Just step in front of the light there. And nobody? Okay. Have a good night.
Right before Halloween last year, we had the pleasure of entertaining a couple other people from the media. We had Steve from the Oregonian,
Right.
and we also had a lady, can't remember her name, that also, she came up from Channel 9 out of Roseburg, Oregon.
And she got her cameraman with her. And by the time they left, he was a true believer. And she was very skeptic when she first showed up, but we asked her to have an open mind. And she had an open mind, and by the time she left, she couldn't believe some of the things that they got on video.
One of the places that we brought them was right up here at Masonic Cemetery. And following afterwards, we went down into Old Town St. Helens, where we brought them into the Time and Again Ballroom. There's actually quite a bit of activity. The Time and Again Ballroom used to be the Masonic Lodge, the Masonic Temple. And it's still very active.
Yeah, because they held their own funerals there. They had their own funeral home in the basement. And it was very, very interesting. When we brought them up here to Masonic Cemetery up here, we gave the reporter her chance to use some of our different equipment that we use. She used the divine rods, which she had a field day with those. And she kind of hung around with Todd and my wife Renee and Holly and a few of the other members that were up here. But by the time they left true believers.
Head towards the stage. That's what it seemed like it the best.
There went one. There goes another one. There's one. There's another one.
Are you getting any?
Yeah, there's a couple of them there. We are Time Again Ballroom.
There's a good one.
There's a nice one right there. Well, let's take a little stroll here and see what we can pick up. There you go. Seen that one. That one changed directions. That's what's really cool is when you can watch them and they change directions, go complete 190 degrees, turn around and go back the other way.
You must have a good eye for it, because I can't.
Yeah, I'm watching them in the screen. They move so fast that you actually have to pay attention to the screen in order to see them. And then once, see,
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, there's another one. There's one. Another one. Another good one. You are recording this.
yeah.
Is this the second time you've done
This
particular
is
site?
this is the second time we've done this place.
Yeah. How active was it the first time?
Nothing like this.
No, there was a little bit, but
Nothing like this tonight, though. Ooh, that one really moved. No.
That's weird.
If you get a wall that's too white, then it's really super hard to see them.
Yeah.
So you always need a wall that has a little bit of color to it. If you take a white wall that's not an off-white, they'll just blend right into it.
But yeah, you get some of the darker backgrounds. They
Like
really
this
show
room,
up.
this room in here is kind of a bone white or an antique white.
Yeah, they're showing up against the walls too.
Do they go in
Look at
different
that.
directions?
Yeah, they can be
They're going all
going,
different directions.
they can go that way and just come to a complete stop and turn around and go back the other way. A lot of activity.
You seen a lot of stuff there?
Yeah, taping some already. See that one?
Ooh, I saw that. There's one there.
Look at that.
I can see that out the corner of my eye.
During one of my visits to go see Kevin, we did quite a bit of videotaping. One of the things that we did was an experiment. This is right before we had access to night vision videography. And one of the experiments that we ran is taking a video camera along with tripod and monitor. We took them back to Redmond Memorial Cemetery where we shot our first show, and we basically set up the camera and let it run. We let it run for an hour, hour and a half, and just to see what would happen. We moved it a couple of times, and this was an experiment. We wanted to see if we could capture anything on video. And out of the entire shoot, we only captured one segment, which at best is questionable. We still haven't found an answer to what exactly we found. As I show you this little clip, I'll let you decide for yourself. See what you see.
Our next segment is, if you remember back earlier in the show, how we were talking about the gentleman from the Oregonian coming up and the people from Roseburg came up. Well, when we went out on an investigation, I think it was a week later, we tried a little experiment in our house because we have a lot of activity in our house. We decided to set up the video camera in our bedroom because we had a funny feeling that our closet in our bedroom was being used as a porthole. So we went ahead and set the camera up, left the lights off, and just went off and left it in there. So check out what we have in our bedroom. Hope you enjoy.
Just be.
Okay. This is Renee in my bedroom, and I got the night shot on, and you're actually seeing some orbs. And those Titan and get checked out because he heard something. What'd you see in there, buddy? Tick. Okay, the next episode that you will be seeing is from Virginia City, Nevada. One of them that you will see is going to be known as the Washoe Club, which was the Millionaires Club at the time. That's where all the millionaires went to have a good time. They had a ballroom there and everything.
The Washoe Club is a place that we got a chance to visit during our first episode, but all we got to show you was photographs. Now we have actual video shot inside with night vision. There is an enormous amount of activity in there. It's really cool, the footage that we captured in there. So check it out. Enjoy.
We are in the Washoe Club. We're on the second level. This is the main entrance into it, to the second level, where the millionaires came through. Come on out and visit us. There we go. Thank you. There's no dust in here. There's no breeze in here. We've checked all that out. There one and another one. There's some more. Yes, very good. Now there's no dust flying. That one came right to the camera. Right up to my lens. Here comes some orbs. Coming out of the door. They're still having a party here. There goes a nice one. Come on. How about coming back this way?
Watch the stairs. All right. Watch your foot. There's a doorway in there.
God, there's a lot of activity. Now we're on the second floor, third floor I should say. And in this room here, there was a lady with 2 children. So we're gonna see what we can find back here. There goes one. There's one.
They say you can see stuff flashing around there.
There's another one. There's a couple of more. Oh man, that was a bright one. When everybody walks, they need to walk soft.
Right.
Keep the dust down.
I got sparkles. Usually means I get some.
Yeah, I'm watching the light too to make sure it's not dust particles, because if it is, then I'll say it's a dust particle.
Okay.
But these are not dust particles.
Is it okay if I go
They're-
in?
Yeah, they're moving too fast to be dust particles. There's one. There goes another one. There's one. There's quite a few. Yeah, this is where I was picking up a lot of activity in here. Just stand against that wall facing this way. And you're looking down a hallway and you just seen a couple coming this way. Quite a few of them. Nice one.
That happened before 1875.
If you'd like to have your photos taken or be put on tape, come on. Nice shot of the cathedral across the street. There goes a nice one. See that one? There's quite a few there. It's like they come in groups. On down the last set of steps. Try to keep in focus. You can see we had a couple orbs that came up the steps.
I got 2.
I'm recording.
Whoa.
Okay, everybody keep your lights down low.
I could turn on some lights up here.
No,
No.
They haven't put in the dark.
Oh, okay. Look
Look at that, right to the camera.
And
Hello.
this little girl married Irving.
Yeah, got another one.
Oh, wow.
And I think this is Helen.
Nice one. Right out of the bed. Right at the foot of the bed.
So John.
Keep them coming.
Johnny Depp slept here when they were filming The Misfit, or excuse me, filming Dead Man. And
I got 8 minutes left.
but Depp slept in this room here, and he claims that he
There's
saw
one.
the little girl in white.
There's some.
And this was the children's room.
There's another
and
one.
Sometimes the little girl in white comes up.
Okay, I'm gonna scan the hole.
Oh, really?
Okay, we'll step back.
Oh, so cute.
There one came right up the step.
I love you. Like that.
There comes a nice one, just came up the step. Choo.
Right
towards
now
us.
you are scaring me. This is the first indoor flush toilet west of Mississippi, according to Bob Villa.
Bob Villa. Whoa, there's the good one. There's another good one.
Oh, saw that one.
See if I can get another one to go like that and follow it. There one was.
They still like the
There's
bathroom.
one.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to use your footage.
Whoa.
Whoops,
I
sorry.
tried following that one.
Did I get in your way?
No,
Oh, okay.
I was trying to follow him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're in there. They like this room.
There's quite a few. Yeah, I followed that one for quite a ways until it went out the window.
Anything, Bob?
Just the one. There's one. Whoa, 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 whoa. I followed it for quite a while. Right by the chandelier. There's a couple more. What I'm seeing, I'm looking out there and they see that one.
Oh, whoa, yeah, I got that one.
I'm following it. I lost it. There's two of them together.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, that one almost attacked you.
It's right where Todd.
Hi.
And I like the plates that are all around, all those light fixtures and have these painted plates. How sure people broken into it, breaking it, there's no gate here. That would be a pain. And here you could display it, it's like disgust.
Just a couple of experiences that friends of mine had had that turned them from strict non-believers into believers was the Palace Restaurant, for example. There's two in there. There's one that sits back in the corner of the back table. Then there's one that's in the kitchen area, which was a lean-to at one time. It wasn't a kitchen, but back in the 1800s, it was just a lean-to. And you go back there, and he will call your name. And of course, like a dummy, you look around, and there's nobody there. I was working with a lady named Jean. She was about, I would say 64 years old. She was strictly, no way, there's no such thing, no way. Well, one day, on the work table, I had a big pitcher of ice water, because it was during the summertime. And he was messing around back there. Just having great fun for some reason. Jean came back. She went to do something on the work table, and the picture literally picked up, moved this far, and sat down right in front of her. Well, then she changed her mind about the other people that live in Virginia City. Then another lady that one of the Victorian houses up on B Street has 2 apartments upstairs. I lived in the front apartment, then there was a hallway. She lived in the back apartment. There's the A Street comes straight down. There's probably only an area about this big in between the house and the hill. And it's probably 24 feet from the bottom up to the top. And Donna, she comes racing over, she's pounding on my door. She says, come here, come here, come here. And Donna was a strict non-believer. I mean, worse than anybody I had ever met in my life. She says, look at this. We go into her bedroom, and right up against the hill was 4, I guess you call them, what is that called where they do they look like smoke? Okay, there's 4 of them. And they like danced over this way, and then they danced back this way. That went on for about 5 minutes. Then they went away. You know? You'll hear some stories up here about bad ghosts. Okay, it's been my experience that there are none up here. All the ones that I've ever ran across up here have been happy. They're happy where they're at. There's a couple that are confused because they're children and they don't know why they're there, but they're happy. It's like going down the street, on the other side of the street where the Red Dog's at, the Red Dog Saloon. That was in the 1800s a Comstock house, and it was bar, restaurant, and rooms upstairs. Okay, in there's on the C Street level, there is 2. No, at 1 on the C Street level. There's an Indian. He was killed in the kitchen area. He has showed up once in a great while. On the 2nd floor, because it's a 3-story building, there are 2. There's a little girl, and he's researched that. And she was hit by a wagon out in front and brought upstairs, and that's where she died. And that particular room, I had stayed in that room. And to me, not being a mother and kids are okay, you know, type person, I felt smothered in that room. I had to move out of that room. But then a lady moved in there, her name was Donna, that had like 10 kids. She would come up, she was an organ player for one of the bands. She stayed in that room and she loved it. She loved that room. She said, I got such a feeling of love in that room. And then in the hallway on the 2nd floor, there is a woman. I figured out from a photograph that I had seen that she was hung in the bar area. She was connected to the ceiling. So that's where she ended up, was in the hallway. And then on the very top floor, there's a little baby that I believe probably died from crib death. My favorite building, the building that I truly love, I lived 4 years in, and that was the Washoe Club. I lived 4 years in that building. The girls are fabulous in there. You know, they talk at night, they laugh, they just have fun in there. Just have great fun in that building. Some things that had went on with me is I was living at the Brass Rail. And Pat Hart is there. He was one of the first owners of the Brass Rail. And Pat was very well known to find things that you lost in and about the building. This ring here, I'm sure you can notice, it just does not come on. Okay, this ring was made by my father's Golden Gloves ring. I got it when I was 16 years old. I'm 50. Several years ago, I lost this ring. I called my sister. I said, check your car. I can't find my ring. Went upstairs. I told the people that were running the restaurant at the time, Dave and Glenda. Glenda says, I'll tell you something. She says, your ring will turn up. It was about a week later. I wake up in the morning, and I go to get ready for work. Now I don't make my bed, you know. So I reached over at the top of my bed to get a scarf, because I had all my scarves hanging on there. Sitting in the middle of my pillow was my ring. You know, it's just, they're remarkable up here. You know, I always refer to them as, you've got 2 populations. You've got the seen and the unseen. 1800s, there was nothing but the best up here. You had nothing but the best. And that's what they're used to. That's what they're used to having. That's why Piper's Opera House is getting so active, because things are being fixed and things are being done. You know, actors are in there, you know, doing their things. So it makes them happy.
But there is one thing that they don't like about Piper's Opera House. They do not like the way the stairs are. They want the stairs back to where it goes up, where the main stairs
Where they
go
were.
right up. Exactly
Where they
where
were.
they were. They don't like the stairs the way it is, where you go up one platform, you come up the next platform, and then you're in.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
Yeah, they like it original. A lot of the unseen people up here did not particularly die up here. They came up here because this is where they enjoyed life. So this is where they want to enjoy death. Because like with the girls that follow me, we ran into them at the Grand Building. The Grand Building is connected to the Washoe Club through a hidden staircase. That's where the high-end hookers were. Okay, we lived in the top floor. And you could smell them in the foyer area. You know, my cats would let us know in that. Then we moved to a little apartment, a basement apartment, on B Street and Taylor. 2 weeks later, in the foyer area of this little apartment, there were the girls. So then when I bought my house, Francine goes, well, what are we going to do about the girls? So I explained to the girls, you know, we're moving down here. If you want to come, you're more than welcome to come. So 2 weeks later, we had a little blind cat, Iris. 2 weeks later, the girls showed up in what they would think would be the foyer, because it goes upstairs. And my little blind cat, she comes down whenever they show up, and she does her Stevie Wonder imitation, and she jumps about this high. And she'll play with them for half an hour, 45 minutes. They go away, she goes back upstairs. She's the only one of the cats that plays with them. And I have 16 cats, so they have their choice. But girls have followed us 3 places from the Grand Building.
They go where they feel welcome.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's going to do it for 4th edition of Nowhere Videos Visions from Beyond. We want to thank everyone out there for watching, and also we have some other folks to thank for this show. We want to thank Susan and Joy, members of Northwest Paranormal, who brought us our first EVP, or the first one we were able to have you folks listen to. Also want to thank St. Helens Fire Department,
the St. Helens Sheriff Department, and Columbia County Funeral Home, and everybody else here that's joining us up here at the cemetery tonight, especially the people that they were letting us borrow this area from them, the people that are around us.
Sharing company with us here. Always makes a wonderful backdrop. We love to use the cemeteries out here locally. We love shooting on location, and it provides a fantastic background for our show. And we hope you stay tuned for future editions of Visions from Beyond. In this edition, we tried to throw in some cool effects, some visual stuff, try to make the show a little more watchable, and see how that goes. We're still experimenting with our format, so hopefully it works for you. So I think that's going to do it, Bob.
Well, also, too, let us know what you think of the show.
Oh, yes. We'd love to hear from you. Please email us either at Bob's email or the Nowhere Video email. And those will also be appearing at the end of the show here.
If you got someplace you'd like us to do an investigation, please let us know. I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
And hopefully we'll see you next time for the next edition of Nowhere Videos Visions from Beyond. I'm Todd Hilton.
And I'm Bob Chamberlain.
We want to thank you for watching. Happy haunting, and good night.